1953, a Tuesday morning in Sacramento. The Zenith console warms up in the living room, and a woman in a cotton house dress pushes the kitchen chairs back from the Formica table. She stands barefoot on the linoleum. Jack LaLanne appears on the screen in a dark jumpsuit. He tells her to stand up straight, and she does. He tells her to breathe, and she does. No gym membership, no leotard, no equipment except a straight-backed kitchen chair and the floor beneath her feet. These are 15 fitness rules that American women followed at home throughout the 1950s. Every one of them worked. Every one of them vanished. Number 15. The kitchen chair squat. Women used a straight-backed kitchen chair as their only piece of exercise equipment. They stood up from it slowly. They sat back down slowly. Dozens of repetitions. Controlled, deliberate. A wooden Windsor chair or a chrome-legged dinette chair with a vinyl seat cushion. The kind from the Sears Roebuck catalog at $4.95. Feet flat on the linoleum. Hands on hips or extended forward for balance. LaLanne demonstrated this in his first season on KRON television in San Francisco. Down for a count of 3. Up for a count of 3. The quiet creak of the chair legs on the kitchen floor. The burn in the thighs by repetition 20. No squat rack, no padded bench. Just a chair that went back to the table when she was done. She built the same muscles a gym now charges $40 a month to target. Nobody knew the chair was equipment. That was the point. Number 14. The towel resistance pull. A rolled bath towel used as a resistance tool. Pulled taut between both hands. Overhead. Behind the back. Across the chest. A Cannon or Dundee cotton bath towel rolled lengthwise into a tight rope, the texture of terry cloth gripping against itself. LaLanne showed women how to create isometric tension by pulling in opposite directions. Arms overhead, pull apart. Behind the back, pull down. Across the chest, pull outward. The muscles shook by the third set. A bath towel from the 5 and dime cost 39 cents. The resistance band market is now worth over $400 million. The towel did the same thing. It just could not be branded. Number 13. Morning stretching before the family woke. Women rose 10 to 15 minutes before the rest of the household and stretched on the bedroom floor. Hamstrings, back, shoulders, neck. Every single morning without exception. 5:45. The wood floor cold through a cotton nightgown, reaching for toes, rolling the neck in slow circles, pulling one knee to the chest, then the other. LaLanne called flexibility the fountain of youth. He opened every episode with stretching. Women followed along in their bedrooms with the door closed, the quiet pop of a spine releasing after 8 hours of sleep. No yoga mat, no class, no instructor with a certification hanging on the wall. She did it before anyone else was awake because the rest of the day belonged to everyone else. Those 10 minutes were the only ones that belonged to her. But stretching was only the start of the morning. What she did next would surprise any modern personal trainer. Number 12. The deep breathing drill, structured. Deep breathing performed standing up, hands placed on the rib cage. Inhale through the nose for a count of 4. Hold. Exhale through the mouth for a count of 8. 10 repetitions. LaLanne taught this on the air. Hands placed on the lower ribs to feel the expansion. He called oxygen the most important nutrient a person could take in. The belly pushed outward, not the chest. The slow, controlled exhale through pursed lips. Women stood at the kitchen window doing this while the Folgers percolated on the counter. the smell of fresh coffee and cool morning air through a cracked screen door. 2 minutes of stillness before the house came alive. Breathwork Studios now charge $25 a session for the same technique a housewife practiced free at the kitchen sink in 1954. Number 11. Walking as transportation. Women walked to the grocery store, the post office, the school, the church. Daily walking was not a fitness decision. It was how errands got done in a one-car household. A mile each way to the A and P. Paper bags of groceries carried on the return trip. LaLanne said a brisk daily walk was worth more than any routine performed inside a gym. Flat shoes, cotton house dress, 2 to 4 miles a day without ever calling it a workout. The weight of a 5-pound bag of gold medal flour in the crook of each arm. Calves built by sidewalks. Forearms built by grocery bags. She never once called it cardio. She called it going to the store. The fitness industry did something very specific in the 1970s and 80s. It separated movement from daily life. These women never made that separation. The kitchen was the gym. The errands were the cardio. The housework was the strength training. They did not exercise and then live. They lived, and the exercise was built into every hour. That wall between fitness and living was not progress. It was a product launch. And it made a lot of people very rich. Number 10. The floor exercise routine from the television. Women followed along with LaLanne's televised floor routines. Leg lifts, bicycle kicks, flutter kicks, side-lying leg raises, all performed on the living room carpet. The Jack LaLanne show aired on weekday mornings. Women cleared a space between the sofa and the coffee table. A folded bedspread or a braided rug served as padding. Lying on one side, lifting the top leg 20 times, then switching. The slow burn in the outer hip. LaLanne counted out loud on the screen. His German shepherd, Happy, lay beside him on the set. She followed along in her house dress and bare feet on the carpet. No Pilates reformer, no studio with mirrors on every wall. A woman on the floor of her own living room, keeping time with a man on a 9-inch screen who believed she was strong enough already. Number 9. The posture rule. Standing and sitting with the spine straight, shoulders back, chin level. Practiced constantly. Corrected by mothers, by teachers, and by LaLanne himself on every broadcast. He demonstrated posture checks on almost every episode. Stand against a wall. The back of the head, the shoulder blades, the buttocks, and the heels should all touch the surface. Walk away from the wall and hold that line. Girls practiced with a book balanced on their heads. A hardcover copy of Better Homes and Gardens sitting level on the crown. If it fell, you were slouching. The particular embarrassment of the book hitting the floor in front of your mother. Posture was not a wellness trend. It was manners. It was how you showed the world you respected yourself without saying a single word. But posture was only the frame. The real strength came from something no one would ever think to call a workout. Number 8. Housework as strength training. Scrubbing floors on hands and knees, beating rugs with a wire beater, wringing wet laundry through a hand-cranked wringer, kneading bread dough on a floured board. The physical demands of running a 1950s household were equivalent to a full-body workout performed every single day. A galvanized steel mop bucket and a wooden scrub brush on the kitchen floor. The rotary motion of feeding a soaking wet cotton bedsheet through the wringer on a Maytag washer. Pushing a Bissell carpet sweeper across the front room, hauling a rug over the clothesline and beating it until the dust stopped rising. Shoulders, forearms, core, and legs engaged for hours. A study from researchers in the United Kingdom later confirmed that 1950s housework burned more calories per day than most modern gym routines. She never wore athletic clothing. She never tracked a single rep. She was stronger than most women half her age are today, and she never set foot inside a gym. Number 7. No snacking between meals. 3 meals a day, nothing in between. LaLanne preached this constantly. The kitchen closed between breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Breakfast at 7, lunch at noon, dinner at 5:30. No granola bars in the pantry, no protein shakes in the refrigerator, no vending machines at the corner. A glass of water if you were hungry between meals. LaLanne himself ate 2 meals a day for most of his adult life. The modern snack food market was growing, but options were far fewer, and home pantries were rarely stocked with processed snacks. The idea of a mid-morning snack would have been considered pure indulgence. The American snack food market is now worth over $150 billion a year. It sells food to fill the hours that used to be empty by design. Discipline was not a product you could buy. It was a habit you kept, and it did not require a subscription. Every one of these rules has something in common. Not one of them required a purchase. A chair, a towel, a floor, a pair of flat shoes, 3 meals, and a television set she already owned. The global fitness industry is now worth over $96 billion. It sells solutions to problems these women never developed because they never stopped moving long enough to need a solution. Number 6. Cold water on the face and neck. Splashing cold water on the face, neck, and wrists every morning. LaLanne promoted cold water exposure as a circulation booster and a natural source of energy. The white porcelain basin in the bathroom. The shock of cold well water first thing in the morning. Cupped hands splashed hard against the cheeks and the back of the neck. The gasp. The sudden clarity. No ice bath, no cryotherapy chamber at $200 a session. Just the cold water tap and the nerve to use it at 6 in the morning. LaLanne took ice-cold showers every single day well into his 90s. The biohacking community now pays for cold plunge tubs that cost $3,000. She had a faucet and a washcloth. Number 5. The waist twist. Standing with feet shoulder-width apart, arms extended straight out, twisting the torso left and right in a controlled rotation. 50 to 100 repetitions. LaLanne performed this on nearly every episode. Feet planted on the floor, arms out straight at shoulder height, the torso rotating while the hips stayed fixed. The oblique muscles working against the momentum with each turn. Women did this in the kitchen doorway, using the frame as a visual guide. The soft whip of a cotton house dress at the hips with each twist. A waistline maintained without a single sit-up or a single dollar spent. She called it her waist exercise. It took 2 minutes. She did it while the bread was in the toaster. 2 minutes between meals. 10 minutes before the family woke. Everything fit inside the life she was already living. But the next rule is the one that would keep a modern fitness influencer up at night. Number 4. Leg lifts at the kitchen counter. Standing at the counter, holding the edge for balance, and lifting one leg straight behind her or out to the side. 20 repetitions per leg. Done while waiting for water to boil or bread to rise. Hands gripping the rolled porcelain edge of a Hoosier cabinet or a Formica countertop. One leg extended straight back, held at the top for a 2 count. The glutes and lower back engaged with every lift. LaLanne called these standing leg lifts and demonstrated them with a chair back on the show. Women adapted the move to whatever surface was waist height, the kitchen timer ticking on the stove, dinner already in progress. Fitness happening inside the task, not beside it. She never left the kitchen. She never changed her clothes. She used the minutes that were already there. Number 3. Gardening as full-body exercise. Digging, planting, weeding, hauling, bending, lifting. Women maintained kitchen gardens and flower beds that demanded sustained physical effort several times a week. A hand trowel and a pair of cotton gloves. Kneeling in the dirt beside the tomato stakes in July. The repetitive squat and rise motion of weeding a 30-foot row of green beans. Hauling a galvanized watering can from the spigot to the garden and back. 8 pounds of water per gallon. The smell of warm earth and marigolds planted at the row ends to keep pests away. Arms brown to the elbow from the afternoon sun. Forearms corded from gripping wooden handles all season long. The garden fed the family and built the body at the same time. Nobody separated the two. That separation came later when somebody figured out how to charge for each one individually. Number 2. The LaLanne jumping jack. LaLanne popularized the jumping jack as a daily cardiovascular exercise for women at home. 2 minutes every single morning. No equipment, no space beyond a clear patch of floor. Arms overhead, feet apart, slapped back together. The sound of bare feet on linoleum. LaLanne performed jumping jacks at the start of every episode. He was doing them on local television in 1951, at a time when most doctors in America were still telling women that vigorous exercise was dangerous for the female body. 2 minutes, 120 seconds. Heart rate elevated, blood moving, the body fully awake before the eggs hit the skillet. He told women they were athletes on television in 1951. Millions of them believed him. That was the real exercise. Jack LaLanne did something no fitness company has done since. He gave it all away, free, on broadcast television. 5 days a week for 34 years. No paywall, no membership tier, no premium content locked behind a monthly fee. He believed fitness was a right, not a product. The industry that replaced him believes the exact opposite. That is why his name is fading from memory, and that is why it deserves to be said out loud. Number 1. She did it every single day. The real rule beneath all the others. Consistency. These women did not exercise 3 days a week with rest days in between. They moved all day, every day, without recovery weeks, without tracking apps, without thinking of movement as something separate from being alive. LaLanne exercised every morning for 2 hours from the age of 15 until the day before he died at 96. He never missed a single day. The women who followed him did not miss either, not because they were disciplined in the way a modern fitness program defines that word, because their lives did not allow stillness. The floors needed scrubbing. The garden needed weeding. The children needed chasing down the block. The walk to the store was not optional. Movement was not scheduled into the day. Movement was the day. The last episode of the Jack LaLanne Show aired in 1985. He looked into the camera and told the women of America that they were stronger than they knew. Then the commercial breaks got longer. The equipment advertisements replaced the exercises. The gym memberships replaced the kitchen chair. And a generation of women forgot that they already had everything they needed. The jumpsuit disappeared from the screen. The chair went back under the table. But the floor is still there. The towel is still in the linen closet. And so is she.